Hey guys, today we have a brand new Minimates review. Today we have the Walking Dead Minimates Series 6, Carl Grimes and Burning Zombie. Yeah, so here we have it, 6 waves in. We finally have Carl! We found him. Awesome. So currently this is the only pack from wave 6 that I've purchased because I needed Carl. So later on I will be purchasing the other 3 packs and reviewing them. But for now, we just have Carl. And I'm hyped. Can you tell I'm excited? Because I'm excited to have Carl. So packaging-wise, it's the exact same that it's been for 6 waves. We really need a new packaging style. Walking Dead, Carl, Zombie, Skybound, Art Asylum, and the roster on the back. Collect them all. And this features the Burning Zombie, Deputy Michonne, the Winter Zombie, Carl Grimes, Party Michonne, Constable Rick Grimes, and Douglas Monroe. But the real star of this wave, I can already tell, is going to be Carl. So, without further ado, let's begin. Carl Grimes. Rick's son, Carl, had trouble adjusting to life inside the community, and when their defenses were breached, he lost an eye trying to escape. Burning Zombie. Survival tip. While not an effective way to kill a walker, fire is a good way to dispose of fallen corpses, a breeding ground for disease. First up, we have Carl. So here we finally have Carl Grimes. After 6 waves of waiting, we finally have him. We found him. Yeah. So, Carl, like I said before, was really the character I was most excited for out of this entire wave. I mean, he's one of the main central characters of The Walking Dead, at least in the show. But here we have him, he's finally here, and it's cool. Because, I mean, it's a really good looking Minimate. Now, the biggest concern a lot of people probably had when they said they were going to make a Carl is what was he going to be? I mean, he's a kid, so is he going to be as tall as a Minimate? Or as a normal Minimate? Or are they going to make him short? But they have rectified the solution by actually using the arms and legs from the Peter Pan Minimates, which actually featured figures that had shortened legs, that had no articulation but were tiny, and arms that also had no hand articulation but were tiny, thus creating the illusion of a smaller Minimate, because the thigh pieces, shoulder pieces, chest, crotch, and the head are just normal Minimate parts. The only new bits being the hands and feet. Very interesting. Because of this, we can compare Carl to his father, Rick, and we can see that Carl is indeed shorter than Rick. The only problem is that Carl's hat makes him look a lot taller. So take off his hat, and he can see, yeah, there is a bit of a size difference. Very nice. So anyway, detail-wise, Carl is wearing a gray t-shirt with a paw and a sort of atom outline. He's got jeans on, tennis shoes. Like I said before, he's got shortened legs, so they are, tiny, as are his hands. He's got a holster, nothing new. He's got Glenn's backpack from Series 1, but in brown. He's got Series 1 Rick Grimes' hat, meaning it's really hard to see him underneath that. And the face. I mean, there's nothing really interesting going on with him. I mean, he's just a kid. So, it's pretty simple. And simplicity probably works best for Carl, because, he is just a kid. He's nothing special, like, design-wise. And anyway, articulation-wise, Carl can do most of the normal Minimate things. He cannot move at the feet or at the hands because of his smaller limbs, but everywhere else is good to go. And accessory-wise, we have a display stand, Glenn's flashlight from Series 1, a handgun, a rifle, fair enough, a torch, which was actually packaged right of the zombie, but I'm pretty sure that a zombie can't hold this, so I'm going to say it's for Carl. and alternate look parts. And here we have the alternate Carl. And this features him with his eye being shot out. Well, the bandage over his shot out eye. Pretty cool. And he has actual hair now instead of just the hat, which is, incidentally enough, a reuse of one of the zombies, the sailor zombie. He's also wearing a jacket now instead of the backpack, and his arms are still tiny. So, pretty cool. Let's get a better look at the face. So I'm pretty sure a lot more people are going to pose Carl like this instead of the other way, because this is more representative of how he is now, since, you know, he doesn't have an eye. He also came with a scarf piece, which doesn't fit on this because it makes the head sit way too high up and thus won't peg in, and won't fit on the other look because the backpack's in the way. So I suppose if you wanted, you could put the scarf on the short-sleeved look without the backpack, if you really wanted to. And coincidentally enough, it's the Sailor Zombie scarf. So hairpiece and scarf piece, both from the Sailor Zombie. Overall, Carl is awesome. I'm glad he finally was found. Next up we have the Burning Zombie. And here we have a zombie that's burning. I mean, self-explanatory enough. It's a shirtless zombie. And shoeless, actually. But yeah, it's a zombie that's on fire. And the detailing is pretty good. I mean, it's a really cool, like, gimmick, because I do love the fire pieces that they've used. But we'll get to that in a minute. Starting off, the pants. There's a look at his torso. Some rotting flesh. Both arms have rotting flesh on them. This figure is very pale. I mean, looking at it, he's like stark white. Some more back pain. Like, actually, I just noticed there's no real scuffing at all on his pants. It's kind of weird. And the face. Very plain. It's just a normal zombie. Which is kind of the main complaint with the figure. I mean, it's just a standard, simple zombie. Except for this. He actually features the fire pieces from the Human Torch from the Marvel Minimates Toys R Us Wave 15. Which is super cool. So actually, this whole flaming bit is one solid piece stuck to him. So what you actually can do is take it off and you can just slide him out. And then pop it back on, and you have a normal zombie. If you really wanted to do that. This is a cool piece though. So, anyway, Burning Zombie can do most of the normal Minimate things. I mean, arms, legs, and everything are fine. It's just you can't move his head, like, barely. Like, I mean, you can't even swivel it around. And you sort of can, but you really gotta work at it. So. And accessory-wise, he has a display stand. And like I said, there was a torch on his side of the packaging, but, you know, it's kind of weird for a zombie to be walking around with a torch, so I'm gonna give it to Carl. Overall, the Burning Zombie is a simple Minimate with a cool gimmick. So, overall, that was the Walking Dead Minimate Series 6, Carl Grimes with Burning Zombie. So, first off, I just want to say, I am super glad we finally have Carl. It's been 6 waves, and we're just now getting him, so that's one more major character off the list. And they really hit him out of the park. I mean, 2 different looks. They actually made him short. It's really cool. I really think the whole making him shorter than everybody else, part of the figure really helps. If anything, the only thing holding him back is his hat, because it's a big hat, so in terms of Minimates, it makes him look about average height. So it might look different if he doesn't have the hat and just has hair, but as it is, I want to pose him with the hat, and the jacket because it sort of looks closest to how he is in the TV show. I'm kind of stuck with him like this, which isn't a problem. I mean, he's still cool. I mean, I really like the design. I just kind of wish, you know, the hat could have made him look still short. I don't know. The zombie, on the other hand, is basic. I mean, there's nothing really to it. If you took out the flaming bits, it would just be a zombie, which really isn't that interesting since we have a whole bunch of civilian zombies. So having the burning bit really helps. Anyway, that is just what I think. Let me know what you think about the set in the comments. And did you like the video? Well then rate, comment, subscribe, and like, and I'll see you later.